Hi, everyone. It's Free Advice Friday. We are here every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, either myself or my coworker, Carrie Barnum. For the next few weeks, it's all Amy. I give the team the week off between Christmas and New Year's. We shut down Christmas Eve day, and they do not come back until the 2nd of January. However, I'm on deck. For any of you who are clients or who need to get a hold of us, I kind of man the ship for that week. It's one of the few things I can do for my amazing team is give them the week off paid. So those of you who are working with Carrie or Anna or Adriana, any of the either the bestseller builders or new shelves team, you're stuck with me all week, and I really look forward to hearing from any of you this week or next that has questions for Free Advice Friday. We can be found, if you'd like to join us live, right on the Zoom screen. All you need to do is go to amysadvice.com. Go to amysadvice.com and sign up to join us live. I do give preference to the questions that are being asked in the Q&A panel in the actual Zoom webinar. But it doesn't cost anything, and I offer up to an hour of free consulting every Friday. And I do try very hard to keep my eye on the Facebook. You guys may see me looking over a little to the side. It's because I want to make sure that I answer any questions that I may see on Facebook as well. So let's get started on the questions that we have. Some of you have emailed them in over the last week, and some of you asked them live, so let's get started. Oh, Denise is saying hello to Marley and Lucy. My dogs are not here today. A couple of weeks ago, I had my dogs with me during Free Advice Friday. Anna is asking, okay, so there's a couple of questions from people, and I will answer them right away about some of the offers that I put in my email. But let's start with a question about publishing. Anna is asking, how important are press releases? Very important. Press releases are very important. But I want to be clear the difference and talk about descriptions here between a press release and a press announcement. A press release is simply that. You are releasing information to the media world, to the press world. And I use them all the time, but I use press releases strategically. And I'd like to offer you a little take things that I've learned from Joan Stewart and Sandra Beckwith. For those of you who do not follow buildbookbuzz.com or thepublicityhound.com, you should check both of these ladies out. And I will drop their links into the chat box and into the Facebook page in a second. But the truth is that press releases need to be interesting, and they need to grab the attention. They need to be announcing something. So a press release that says my book is releasing, that's one announcement, and that is very vital. You need to let the media know that your book exists. Will many of them do something with it? No. But it's wonderful if you release through certain companies. I liked Press 24/7. It's a pretty inexpensive way. I use the middle of the road release. You can get your book out onto hundreds of channels pretty easily and inexpensively. And it's a wonderful way to grab the search engine optimization for the title of your book. Also getting your name out there. Getting your name connected to an NPR channel or to an ABC television as a press release is a great way to start getting those logos and to start getting that press and search engine optimization. But once you've announced that your book is coming out, what do you do then? Then it's time to come up with creative ideas. Let me give you an example. We have a client, his name is Robert Feol, F-E-O-L. He's got a terrific book, Short-Term Retirement Program, just released last month. Well, we'd already done a press release saying his book was coming out. What do we announce now? So I texted Robert the other day and I said, Robert, you are a realtor and you've written this book teaching people how to retire early, how to actually get out of debt and change their financial outlook by using real estate and by owning your home and paying off your mortgage very, very quickly. And you teach people how to do this. That's not a press release. That's just an announcement telling people what the book is about. What if we announced some sort of event around a celebration, a milestone? So he and I are now thinking, did he recently make his clients their $1 millionth? Has he done 1,000 deals? Has he just signed his 10,000th customer. He's got some, I mean, this man has been doing this for 10 years. Is it an anniversary? Is it his 10-year anniversary of helping people turn their finances around? We need to come up with a milestone, either an annual milestone, a 10-year anniversary, a dollar amount that's very impressive, and then we need to create an event around that, and that's our next press release. Then when his audiobook comes out, that's another press release. It's very important to constantly be thinking of things that will entice the press and get them to want to reprint things. Making sure that your press release is well written and that it has a lot of quotes that they can pull out and use if they need to, that you use photos and images that are professionally taken. Always make sure you include a headshot and an image of the cover of your book. And Anna, I think press releases are very important, and that is my 2 cents on that. All right, let me look real quick at the Free Advice Friday post on here on Facebook to make sure there's no questions. No, it looks good. I don't see anything here. We're in good shape there. So let's see other questions we might have here in the boxes. Sonya is saying she's really interested in the gift certificate promo. Guys, I'm doing a buy one, get one free. You buy a $300 gift certificate to New Shelves, and we give you over $600 worth of value for it. Instead of 1 month, 1 hour of consulting, it's 2 hours consulting. Instead of 1 mailing program, it's 2. She wants to know if it's good for the service she's getting reviews. I posted on June Stewart's blog, February 2019. Yes. We do have a program here where we go after and get people reviews. But Sonya, let's talk about, because you've got a lot of reviews from what I can see. I don't know if, but yes, you can use that gift certificate for any program we have. And Anna is asking if she can apply a gift certificate to the Washington, D.C. workshop. Yes. These gift certificates are good for anything that New Shelves does, including, I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. area on December 29th. I'm hosting a one-day event with Annalisa Parent on how to get your pitch, your first pages, your query, how to get it all ready to perhaps increase your chances of getting an agent in 2020. I have some agents coming in from New York and I've got 2 Hollywood foreign rights agents coming in, as well as 2 agents from the literary agents from the New York City area to help me teach. And Annalisa is going to spend the morning getting our query packages and our first pages tightened up. And then I'm going to spend the afternoon with you and with the agents, helping you get your marketing plan and your pitches together, making sure that your pitch is great, whether it's in email, whether it's in writing, or whether it's face-to-face or on the phone. And so, yes, Anna, if that is how you want to use it, that's wonderful. Denise is asking me about crossword books. She's created one. Is it worth it to publish? Denise, the answer is I don't know. People love crossword books. Love them, love them, love them. And if it's well done, and if it's thick, and if it's worth the money, because keep in mind who you're competing against. You get these huge, I mean, forget Will Short. I mean, there's a whole new world now. These huge crossword book books that are, $10. They're very inexpensive. Can you compete with that? If you can compete, especially if your crossword book is something that is completely unique and no one's seen it before, and if you can give it a cool hook or an easy to find title, absolutely. But if your book is more expensive and less thick than the others, probably not a great idea. Anna's asking the name of the press release service I use. I really like Press 24/7. Press24-7.com is the website. Just Google it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. All right, let's see if there's other questions. I did get a couple of questions emailed to me, so let me go to my question box on my email and see what is coming up for this week. Nancy has a client who published a children's illustrated book called Eleanor's Very Merry Christmas Wish. It was released 4 years ago. She's not particularly, okay, she's going on to say she wants to re-release it with new illustrations, but she can't change the title because she's also produced a children's play and other things showing in Chicago, and she wants to release a newer version of the book, but how do you go about that? What are the proper steps? Does she need a new ISBN number? All right, Nancy, I think I've covered this before, but I'm not sure. And because I'm not sure, I'm going to quickly cover it again. If you have a book and you'd like to re-release it in a new edition, I love that idea. 4 or 5 years, perfect timing. New illustrations, terrific. You don't want to change the title? I wouldn't either. Guys, don't change your title when you come out with a new edition. It confuses people. It makes them think it's a new book. So this is what you do. You get a new ISBN under the correct imprint. You re-release the book. Let's see what it's called. I've got it right here. Eleanor's Very Merry Christmas Wish. You re-release Eleanor's Very Merry Christmas Wish as a revised second edition. And you literally put revised second edition. Little violator on the cover. A violator means just a piece of art that breaks into the cover. Lots of times they're gold stamps or they're big swaths of banners across the top that says new in this week, or but what the violator on Eleanor's Very Merry Christmas is going to be is all new illustrations. That's what the violator says. It's not part of the title, it's not part of the subtitle, it's just something on the cover. And so Eleanor's Very Merry Christmas Wish, revised second edition by so-and-so, new illustrations by so-and-so, and re-release it with a new pub date. I would make it July 2020. Make sure that you have fold and gathers or actual physical copies of the book before July, because if you want to start selling it into the retail marketplace, they need to see the book before July. That's how Christmas works, guys, and she's got a Christmas book. And those are the steps that I would do. Fold and gathers, they called F&Gs, are probably not a good idea for you. Fold and gathers are color sheets of the book, but most retailers will not trust a small press. They'll trust HarperCollins Children or Candlewick with a fold and gather. You're going to have to actually pay $25, $30 a piece to have a couple of copies made to show the bookstores and to show the industry. So Nancy, I hope that answers your question there. Kate is asking, if previously published poems are included in a new volume of poetry, is that considered duplicate content? It depends. Kate, I don't know why you're asking, so let me give you a couple of answers. If you create a new volume of poetry that includes less than 10% of previously published poems, then you can just mark that. You can just mark that on the copyright page. Just say, the names of the poems or pages were previously published in the volume blank. Super easy. If most of the content is previously published, that's not really a new book, and you should be clear about that and make it a revised second edition of the old book. But if these poems that you're including in this new book, in a new volume of poetry, were published by somebody else who has the publishing rights to them, it is duplicate content. You cannot publish poems that you gave the rights, even in part, to a previous volume. If somebody else published that book, you're not allowed to publish those poems in a new volume of books. So is it a small percentage, just a few? Absolutely. Whole new book, new volume of poetry, just mark down the poems on the copyright page that were previously published and just give the name of the previous book. You're in great shape. If it's only a few new poems, then what you have is a revised second edition of an older book. And if the poems that were published before were published by somebody else, you may not have the right to publish those poems. You need to check out your contract. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know the rules. You guys have heard me say it. I'm an English major with a music degree. You do not, but you definitely want to check it out. All right, let's see about other questions here. Is there anything else going on Free Advice Friday on Facebook to make sure that that the video is, that there's no questions here on Facebook? Guys, give me just 1 second. I don't see anything. It all looks good to me. All right, so let's keep going to the questions on Zoom. Sonya's asking, if you re-release a book, is it a good opportunity to get new endorsements and professional reviews? Absolutely. Okay, so let me go through the steps. If you're going to re-release a book as a new edition, this is a new book. The pub date is new. Let's say you're going to put it out in March. Your pub date is March 2020, which means if I were you, Sonya, and you wanted professional reviews, I'd move the pub date out to April 2020 and I would send out advanced reader copies, actual printed copies of the book, to Publishers Weekly and Booklist and Kirkus and Forward and Library Journal and everywhere that needs pre-publication reviews, including the New York Times and the Chicago papers and the LA Times, the actual book review sites in the newspapers. Send out physical copies, physical ARCs. For those of you who are saying I can't afford that, I'm sorry, then don't bother with pre-review. I mean, in this day and age, you still need to invest in advanced reader copies, in pre-publication copies of your book to give the high-end reviewers. Oh, excuse me, guys. Live TV, woohoo! My apologies. So get a couple of ARCs together, put out an announcement that the second edition of your book is being re-released in April, and January 6th, start sending out those advanced review copies if you want professional reviews. Start sending out advanced review copies. You can send out electronic versions for some endorsement seekers, but if you're going to send your book to Tony Robbins or Michelle Obama, you need an actual physical copy of the book if they say yes. They're not going to read an ebook. So get that plan together. It's a terrific opportunity and one you should not miss. It's one of the reasons why I do so much with new editions. It's a great way to relaunch your book. Anna's saying her book's in paperback with ebook and Audible. Should she also offer it in hardcover, possibly with color pictures? Anna, I would be happy to answer that question. Would you be willing to drop the Amazon link or any online link to your book in this Q&A or in the chat box? And I can't answer until I look at it. And I don't remember the name of your book. I'm sorry, but if you let me know, I'll look it up real quick. The link would help. It would make things faster. But I'm happy to answer. Let's see what else we have here. Victoria is asking, how does she find or choose the right search words for a historical fiction novel on Amazon? Not only on Amazon, Victoria, but also Google Books and Draft to Digital. This is very important. I learned a lot from kindlepreneur.com. There is a tool that they offer. I believe it's only about $90. And it may be $90 a year, I'm not sure, but it's called KDP Rocket. And you can learn how, using their tools, you can take their free videos on kindlepreneur.com and download KDP Rocket. You have to pay for it. And you can actually find and learn exactly how to find the right search words for historical fiction novel. Now, what we do here, because we do this for our clients all the time, is we start with comp titles and comp authors. So we'll find a couple of historical fiction novels that are apples to apples comparison to the same readers that our client, our author, wants. So if they say, well, everyone who read the Outlander series will also love my book, because my book also takes place in Scotland, and it also takes place in the 1700s, and it also deals with, okay, fine. So we start with the Outlander series, and we go to Yazif.com, YASIV.com. Let me type that into the chat box for those of you who are interested. Yazif.com is a wonderful website that if you type in a comp title, it will give you a whole list of other comp titles that you may not be aware of. Another way that I come up with keywords for Amazon, for the ads and for Google, is I look at all the best-selling books on Amazon in my genre. I'll go look at Diana Gabaldon's page and I'll look at her book description and I'll see the keywords because her description will have some wonderful keywords. Read it with a very critical eye. You know, and if she mentions Culloden Fields, or if she mentions Scottish Highlands, or if she mentions the name of the main character, Claire, or whatever her name is, it's been a while since I've read the books. Maybe you can use those as keywords, but you experiment. And the nice thing, if you've gone through KDP, is your keywords can change. You can mix up the keywords, both that you give Amazon and KDP, and Draft to Digital and everyone else, but you can also mix up your keywords in your description. I go in and change my book description every 60 days or so. I'd like to do it every 30 days, but I don't have the time. So, you know, mix it up. If it's been a while, that's KDP Rocket, great way to learn about keywords, especially for advertising and way beyond Amazon. KDP Rocket is a terrific tool. I like TwinWords. TwinWords is a free service, a free website that you can use. Let me drop that into the chat as well. I believe it's twinwords.com is plural. Twinwords.com It's a great way to get Google keywords and, by title. But it all starts with knowing who your comp authors are. Who are the authors that already have the readers that you want to attract? That is where you start when you're trying to find keywords. You don't think about what your book's about. You think about what are your readers reading right now. And you try and get in their head and you figure out what keywords they're searching on by using TwinWords and Yazoo and KDP Rocket as a tool. KDP Rocket is not a website. That's an actual piece of software. And for those of you who are curious about how to do this, we've got a woman here in our office. You guys have met her if you've been on Free Advice Friday, Carrie Barnum. She trains people how to do this one-on-one with consulting. And we do have on our website at newshelves.com/store, we do have an amazing deal right now on gift certificates. $300 gift certificates gets you $600 worth of consulting or services at New Shelves. And that will be up for sale until the new year, right up until January 1st. Victoria is asking me to slowly repeat the list of where to send advance. I can do better than that, Victoria. I actually have a blog that lists every place where to send advanced reader copies, including the links. You don't have to, give me 1 second. I will not, yes, I will slowly repeat it, but I also can drop right into the link a list of where to send advanced reader copies for the best professional reviews. I've got a whole list. Happy to do it. Let me get you that right now. Those of you who are used to my Free Advice Friday, you know how fast and easy things go, and that sometimes I take a minute and look things up for people. So give me a second. Let's see. Book review sites to help you get, there we go. I have it. It was updated just 4 months ago. It's still a very valid list, and I am dropping this list, including links, into the chat box for you guys. Here is a list to my blog, Victoria, of where you can find all those places. Oh, Anna, you're the Blossom author. Yes, you should absolutely do a hardcover. Libraries would love it. Anna was asking if she should do a book in a hardcover. If you're print on demand, you've already got the files, most likely. I know your book, Blossom, the Wild Ambassador of Tewksbury. Totally remember. I'm sorry that I forgot. Yes, your book in a hardcover would be a really good idea, especially for the library market. And it would not really cost you much, because doing a hardcover print on demand, you will quite often make more money per unit. And because it's print on demand, you already have the files for the paperback. You can quickly get the hardcover designed and out the door. I think it's a great idea for you. All right. Let's see other questions that are going on. Let me hop back on Facebook real quick and see if there's any questions on Facebook. I do not see them. All right, well then I'm not going to worry about it. All right, I hope everyone's doing well today. I'm looking both back and forth between both screens. It is 10:26 and I do not see other questions. So let me ask, what do you guys want to know? For those of you who are asking about review copies, for those of you who want to get professional reviews, you have to do professional reviews in a professional way. You need to ask in a professional way. You need to look like a professional publisher or a professional press and media outlet while you're asking. And the steps for that, Victoria, and anyone else who's asking, are as follows. You need to have a website. You need to have a real email address, not AOL.com. You need a branded email address with your publisher name. If you were published by someone else, you should work with them and ask them, how to go about, maybe what you should do is, amycollinsauthor@gmail.com. That'd be fine too. But stay away from the Yahoo and the AOLs. Media companies, actually, a number of them have a AOL delete rule. So just, I'm not going to get into why. That's another description. But you need to have a professional website, a professional email address. You need to create and print advanced reader copies. Advanced reader copies are books that actually say on it, not for resale, and usually on the back cover, it has your marketing plan, the release date, information about your book and about your launch. and you send those out to, and again, I've got a list on my blog. If you go to newshelves.com/2019/07/29, you will find a blog. newshelves.com/2019/07/29. You will find a blog that lists the links to all of the professional review sites that I recommend you get your books into. A lot of them want your book 4 months before the pub date. So, you know, get moving, guys. And some of them don't. You know, a lot of them you can send a week or two before your pub date. Some of them you can send the week of your pub date. But if you want a professional review by a top blogger, somebody like Chris Henson or some of the big bloggers, the big book review bloggers, they need 3 to 4 months minimum before your book comes out to get an advanced reader copy. And so it's all of the sites that I mentioned. And a lot of the bloggers read their review guidelines because that you have to follow them. So I hope that answers your question. I hope that, let's see what other questions we have. Let's see. Somebody's asking where Marley is. My little Chihuahua pug mix is home today. I didn't bring him to the office, but thank you for asking. Someone looked at Marley a couple weeks ago. I had a worker come to the house, and Marley is half pug. I don't know if you guys, pugs are big round dogs, and half Chihuahua. And he looked at Marley and said, "That is the fattest dog I've ever, that's the fattest Chihuahua I've ever seen." He's not fat at all. I keep my dogs very trim. And I laughed so hard. No, he's just a little round guy, but he's doing well. Thank you for asking. Denise is asking about Amazon ads, and are there any suggestions? Denise, truthfully, let us do them for you. Amazon ads are tough. Amazon ads are so tough, and we've got a woman here named Carrie Barnum who does a really good job with them. But if you want to learn how to do them yourself, run to kindlepreneur.com. I've already mentioned them. Kindlepreneur.com does a great, I get nothing for mentioning them. Guys, I'm not connected with them. I'm just telling you, they taught me a lot. It's how Carrie got started. She now knows, because Amazon ads, when you go to marketing.amazon.com, advertising.amazon.com, you may or may not have access to marketing all aspects of your book because of how your book's being published. But because we've got a Seller Central account and different accounts, we can market any book and advertise any book on Amazon. So we do a lot of advertising. But one of the things we've learned, and Denise, what I want you to do is, especially if you're doing this yourself, is that you need to look at those ads results every day and constantly be tweaking. Stripping out the keywords and the attraction words that aren't working, putting new ones in, constantly feeling your way through. We had a client who wrote a fantastic book. It was a reworking of the Oz myth called American Piper and American Ozmaker. Michael Neff, fantastic book. And he asked us at one point, "How did you come up with these words?" And Carrie and I were like, "I'm sorry, we just felt them." I mean, sometimes Denise, jump in there. Don't spend a lot of money learning, but do small budgets. Start with 1,000 keywords. You know, tweak them around. You will eventually get a gut feeling, and you will learn. You will develop how to best do Amazon ads. It takes a while. But you can do it. You can do it. I bet you can do a great job. If you don't want to, we will do them for you. Contact Carrie here at newshelves.com. Just go to info@newshelves.com, and we would be happy to help you with that. Sonya is resenting the comment about the fat Chihuahua because hers is 13 pounds. Well, I'm sorry, Sonya. You know I adore you, but a 13-pound full-bred Chihuahua, maybe she's not fat. Maybe she's just big boned, like me. I'm not fat. I'm just big boned. All right. Yes, info@newshelves.com. That is the best way to get a hold of us if you're interested in our gift certificates, I'm not trying to advertise us, guys. You guys are asking these questions. Anna's asking how to get a hold of Carrie. info@newshelves.com. We'll put you right in touch with Carrie about ads, about a number of the things we do. And keep in mind that that gift certificate that we're offering at newshelves.com/store will allow you to get a lot of extra benefits because we're offering a buy one, get one free deal on that. All right. Other questions? Let's see. Cheryl is asking, Amy, when looking for a publisher, do I recommend getting an agent or going straight to a publisher? Cheryl, let's talk. I want you to go back to the chat box and tell me what kind of book you have, because the answer is different depending on the kind of book you have. Is it a leadership guide with very specific steps from your years on the front lines of corporate America? Or I see you're actually in Spain, corporate Spain. Is it a novel? Is it a children's book? Tell me what kind of book you have. I will happily answer that, because some people should go get an agent right away. If you've written a thriller novel, a mystery novel, a romance novel, a genre novel, an agent is a really good idea. It is it used to be that if you wrote a good romance novel or metaphysical mystery, that you could self-publish and you could quit your day job. But it's so competitive now, so crowded, things are so insane that getting the support of a publisher, and getting the support of a publisher when you're launching a new book in the genre fiction world, it's so important, and it really helps a lot. Those of my clients that have chosen to self-publish, they have to pay tens of thousands of dollars or more to market and push their book up to the top of the lists just so people can see them. So so Cheryl has written an English and Spanish book for parents on motor development in infants. Okay, Cheryl, you do not need an agent. You do not need an agent at all. If you are a physician, which you are, you're a pediatric physical therapist, and if you've developed a following, if you have a lot of clients who have raved about you, if you're on social media and posting on a regular basis advice and guidance, not medical advice, because I know that's probably not a good idea, but if you're helping people out, if you've got a good social media presence, if you write a weekly blog about your topic on motor development, or if you are noted in a number of journals, if you are writing articles on a regular basis on this topic or on similar topics for your book, there are a number, I bet you some university presses, some medical presses, but also some parenting, some wonderful just general publishers that do a terrific job with parenting books of special needs kids or parenting books just for infants. You may not need an agent. You are an example of somebody who, if your platform is strong enough, you can go directly to the publisher and query them directly if they take direct queries. And if your platform is not strong enough, you won't get a publisher, but you probably won't get an agent either. An agent is not going to take on a nonfiction how-to development book by an author that they can't show that they are working hard to grow their readership and to grow their platform and their fame. So Cheryl, you do not need an agent, I do not believe, based on the topic of your book, but you do need a platform. And then there's a number of publishers that you can go to. I don't have them all on the top of my head right now, but we can talk about them. So I hope that answered your question. Cheryl, let me know if that was complete enough. If not, I'll jump back in. Anna's asking about my personal feelings about promo codes and Amazon ads. Do you recommend anywhere else to promote the codes? Anna, I'll tell you the truth. I do not know enough about the success, failure, or the financial ramifications of promo codes and Amazon ads to answer. I don't run them, mainly because my clients, what we do is we drop the price of ebooks and then we run promos that way. I haven't done a promo code in 2 years. CreateSpace, back when CreateSpace was around, used to allow for promo codes, but it's been years since I've used them. And back when I used them, I was doing them with CreateSpace. I don't know enough, but I can research promo codes for Amazon ads and get back to you guys next week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut and paste this question. I'm going to take a quick screenshot of this question so I don't forget. There it is. And I will answer it next week, because if I answered you right now, I would totally be making it up. It would be a Christmas miracle because it's been a while. But as you guys know, I'm happy to research things and come back the next week and give you the answer. And I don't mind being asked questions I don't know the answer to. I don't know everything. But Anna, come back next week, or don't, and just go to my YouTube channel. In a couple weeks, guys, you guys know that I cut all these answers down into little snippets and I put them on my YouTube channel. youtube.com/Amy Collins. If you go there, you will see by topic all of these Free Advice Fridays, but they've been broken up into little mini vignettes. So in a day or two, you can go and hear my answer about review copies and ARCs. And next week, Anna, you'll be able to see your answer about promo codes and Amazon ads. All right, let's see what other videos we've got going. Anyone with newshelves.com asking a question? Let me just look real quick. Nope. All right. That is fine. Very quiet on Facebook today. I'm not surprised. I don't know about you guys. I'm absolutely exhausted getting ready for the holidays. Cheryl is saying that as a first-time author, and she's published in PT Journal, she's having trouble finding a publisher apart from hybrids. Well, Cheryl, you will. It's incredibly hard to get published. You are asking the publisher to spend tens of thousands of dollars on you, and you need to convince them that you're worth their money. It's incredibly hard to get an agent if you're a singer. It's incredibly hard to get an endorsement deal if you're a golfer, and it's incredibly hard to get a publisher if you have written a book. She wants it to be a quick guide for parents with text and drawings. That's fine, but Cheryl, what other books out there for parents that have because parents with kids that have that, and these parents have certain topics that they want to research. What other books out there are, now I'm sure there's no book just like yours, but there are books out there that the same sort of parents or doctors or PT people, but the same market, they're buying those books. What books are they buying now? What books are out there? And are they short or are they long? Do they have text and drawings? Do they not? You are a first-time author and you've written a couple of articles in a couple of journals, but you need, if you're going to approach a publisher, you are going to have trouble getting a publisher. Everyone does. It's hard. It's incredibly hard, and very few people actually accomplish it. Getting a publisher is like winning the lottery, except with winning a lottery, you just have to buy a ticket. To get a publisher, you have to know everything about your marketplace. What are the best-selling books in your area? Who wrote them? Who are the publishers? How long are they? Why should somebody spend time on your book? And a hybrid publisher, of course, is going to be thrilled to work with you because it's no risk to them. They make money on you. They don't lose money on you. A publisher, you're asking them to take a big risk. So, are you prepared? Are you ready? Have you done the research that you need to query a publisher properly? Do you have all of your bells and whistles in place? Have you done all the research about what publishers are looking for? And do you know your market? So that's some of the answers or some of the suggestions that I have for that. Oh, Denise is wishing me an amazing Christmas. Thank you. I believe she says she believes she speaks for everyone. She says thank you for what we do here. I love Free Advice Friday. I love you guys. Some of you may know I'm having a rough couple of weeks. I've got a family member, my best friend, and a close member of my family was diagnosed with something that means that she won't be around most likely for very much longer. It's only a matter of weeks. And I've been dealing with that for the last few weeks. And some of you guys you've just been so patient with me. And so I want to thank all of you for your support and for your love and and Shelley Sturgeon and Joel Friedlander at The Book Designer. You guys, they've given me a pass on my monthly article this month. I've been running back up home to Vermont every few days and visiting family and being with my family and taking care of my sick and very lovely relative. And I just want to thank you guys for all your patience and your understanding. We've had a wonderful year here at New Shelves and at Bestseller Builders. 2019 was absolutely fantastic. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate you and adore you guys and how much I'm looking forward to seeing you and working with you all in 2020. And I love seeing you here on Fridays. I love seeing you here on Fridays. And we are here at 10 o'clock every Friday morning. Let's see, we got a few more questions to answer, but I just wanted to take that moment and tell you that you mean the world to me, all of you guys, all y'all, says the New Yorker, who probably shouldn't use the word y'all in public. Anna's asking if Ingram Spark is the way to go for hardcover. Absolutely. Ingram Spark does a great job with hardcovers, and They do a great job with distribution of hardcovers. A lot of libraries use Ingram, which is the sister company to Ingram Spark. That is what I would do. All right. I believe that is all the questions. Let's see. Anna asks, Sonya, thank you. Thank you. All right. Anna, I'm going to get back to you next week about promo codes. I promise I will look into that. And next week, I'll talk a little bit more about the idea of researching your market before you try and get a publisher and how it will help you. We will cover those questions next week. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me here on Free Advice Friday. I look forward to seeing you next Friday, 10 a.m. Go to amysadvice.com, sign up for our live interaction. If you don't want to sign up, you just want to watch old editions of Free Advice Friday, they're all there at amysadvice.com. Or you can grab little snippets, short little answers by topic by going to youtube.com, Amy Collins. youtube.com/Amy Collins. Thanks, guys, so much. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you next Friday on Free Advice Friday.